Did he not say after?
Hey, Brett, are you ready? Shall we go? Yes.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Toppenish High School. We also welcome you to Wildcats Stadium, home of the new Bob Winters new turf field for today's football contest between the Wapato Wolves and your very own Toppenish Wildcats. And at this time, we'd like to thank the Toppenish Fire Department for their commitment, their dedication, and assistance to Wildcat football. And now we'd like to start or announce today's starting lineups for both teams. Beginning with our visitors, the Wapato Wolves. And they have elected to announce their starting defense. Head coach, Mr. Skip Gertler, and their defensive starters are number 54, Francisco Hernandez. Number 75, Ismael Cruz Mendoza. Number 71, Javier Soto. Number 60, Julian Hamilton. Number 24, Titus Begay. Number 34, Diego Fuentes. Number 16, Tyrone Garcia. Number 11, Thompson Parrish. Number 10, Aiden Rigdon. Number 6, Enrique Espinoza. And number 82, Joseph Lares. And I hope I got that somewhere close. And now the starting defense for the home team, the Toppenish Wildcats. At tackle, number 69, a senior, Rocco Clark. The other tackle, number 67, a junior, Elon Cripps. Defensive end, a senior, number 12, Dakota Bauer. The other defensive end, senior, number 53, Ricardo Gonzalez. At linebacker, the junior, number 3, Isaiah Maldonado. Linebacker, also a junior, number 57, Joshua Luna. Linebacker, a junior, number 44, Seth Ordaz. Senior at strong safety, number 10, Jason Grant. A free safety, senior, number 24, Freddie Robledo. At cornerback, he is a senior, number 25, Brian Cruz. And finally, the other corner, he's a junior, number 7, Joshua Perez. At this time, we'd like to announce the Yakima Valley, from the Yakima Valley Football Association, that tonight's officials.
two cities right near Highway 97, getting ready to do battle here in the rivalry game number 1 for the Toppenish Wildcats. Of course, in a new league this year, hoping to continue their dominance and hoping to continue a great season that they're having, both on the field and, of course, statistically for some of these Wildcat players out here. Welcome, everybody, here live from Toppenish, Washington, inside Wildcat Stadium on Bob Winters Field, here on this special, well, you would say it'd be a college football Saturday, but it is not, due to just scheduling issues. This game moved to Saturday here at noon, and we'd like to thank you for joining us here for this rivalry contest. Sort of a light crowd on hand, of course. Last minute scheduling does nobody any favors, really, but we'll see. If not, if you miss all this action, you bet you're watching it live here on the THS Digital Media Network. Both these teams, of course, Toppenish Wildcats last week having a tough go at it, able to pull out an ugly win over at Quincy, able to get 3 touchdowns on the board, and they leaded the last one in the final minutes of the game, I should say. Wildcats able to create some good plays offensively and get one in the end zone to pull away and seal that win, but an ugly win it was, as the quarterback was being harassed all night. Jason Grant still had 85, 86, 87, well, let's see here, plenty of receiving yards, 5 receptions. So the Wildcats just having a tough time over at Quincy last week on Friday. Under the lights here as we bring to you this special broadcast here Saturday, noon, in this rivalry contest between the Toppenish Wildcats and the Wapato Wolves. Of course, the Wapato Wolves still trying to find their identity, trying to see what they can do as they're trying to find a win. And it's going to be a tough one here for them, facing off against the number 3 ranked team in the state at the 1A level, the Toppenish Wildcats. Here as the Wildcats are going to kick off. They won the coin toss and they elected to defer to the second half. Here as the senior kicker, Brandon Flores, going to get ready to get this game underway here on a Saturday afternoon. Normally these days are reserved for college football, but today we get some high school football action, and what better way than to see this rivalry game, and there it goes. Wolves decide to pick it up. Thompson Parrish gets to the 25-yard line, and that's where the Wapato Wolves will start their first offensive possession. Of course, the Wapato Wolves 0-4 have yet to find a win. Program that in recent years still struggling to find its identity, as mentioned earlier. But hoping to get on the right track here and put up a good battle versus one of their top rivals. First down and 10. Parrish, quarterback for the Wolves. 2-1 formation, and Parrish immediately trying to run with it, and Wildcats immediately let that one go. Bring him down to loss of about 4 yards. It's one of the things you got to keep in mind about these Toppenish Wildcats is how quick they are to get to the ball. And it's not just one of them, it's the entire team. So definitely going to make your day a lot harder on offense.
Oh, that's a 3-yard loss. Second down and 13.
Second down and about 3 to go. Second down and about 13 yards after that sack. Parrish passing it, checks it down to his running back and gets a gain of about 7 yards.
Number 30, Aiden Bodine.
dropped on the play. Again, Ellen Cripps.
There as Aiden Bedoni able to collect that one. Parrish, third down and long. Third down and about 8. Steps back, taking a look to pass, and the ball thrown out of bounds, and it'll bring up 4th down. Incomplete pass there by Parrish. Give the Wildcat defense some credit on there. Able to get some front pressure. Try to get Parrish off his game. Try to make a quick decision, and just decided to throw it out of bounds. And that's a quick 3 and out for the Toppenish, or should I say for the Wapato Wolves. Here as the punt, Jason Grant to receive the kick. There as Valentin Rojas gets the ball kicked and picked up by the Wildcats and officially out of bounds at about the 44-yard line.
Wildcats take over inside Wapato territory.
So out onto the field for the offense for the first time here tonight, or today I should say. This is not Friday Night Lights. Thank you for joining us on this Saturday afternoon. If you didn't catch this game, well, you bet you're watching the broadcast of this only on the THS Digital Media Network. Perez in the gun, running back to his left side. That's Jose Torres. Motion there from Grant. Perez over to Torres, finds a big hole. He's going it all the way to the 29-yard line. 12 yards on that carry by Torres. And that's the way the Wildcats want to get started. Getting the ground attack going. Getting that defense for the Wolves, one of their biggest rivals. Get them off balance. Show them that they can still run, or that they will run the ball when they want. Perez in the gun again. Torres to his left. And there's going to be a flag there. I believe it might be, and it is defensive encroachment. There as the Wildcats practicing motions. Something unique that teams, well, if you don't practice it, you really can't get it. And sometimes, if you're not on the same page, you bet that's going to cost you 5 yards. Here in this case, though, Wolves being a little handsy there. Perez in the backfield now and dropped for a sack there.
Keeper, he's brought back for a sack.
Looks like that was a design play. He was trying to read where he was going to go. Unfortunately, no receivers open, and then decided to keep it himself and couldn't get out of that Wapato Wolf attack. Bringing 2nd down and about 9 yards to go.
2nd down and 9.
Jason Grant on the lower. Torres gets it, running to the outside as a quick lane. Can he go? And he does.
There's a Wildcat touchdown.
29-yard rushing touchdown for Torres.
With a 29-yard romp into the end zone.
And that's how the Wildcats want to get it started on the ground. And look at what Torres just did, being able to find that lane on the outside, cut it up, and then all but daylight for him. Here as the extra point. Going to be kicked there by Brandon Flores. Eric Alejandre. Looks like there's a mistake on this board.
And the extra point is good by Brandon Flores.
So Flores
is now.
See, as we're trying to get the correct names here on this one. Anyway, 7-0 lead, 8:52 remaining here in the first quarter. Wildcats in this rivalry. Highway 97. Let's see who wins. Be back here on the THS Digital Media Network.
Back to receive the kickoff for Wapato, number 6, Enrique Espinoza, number 11, Thompson Parrish.
Welcome back here on the THS Digital Media Network. Here is the Wildcats coming off the touchdown by Timmy Torres on a 30-yard run. And that's the way the Wildcats want to get their offense started here on this afternoon on a Saturday. No Friday Night Lights this week. Of course, scheduling changes made, unfortunately, due to the shortages of officials. It's been happening the last few years. Here as Brandon Flores gets us back into action. Parrish taking the kick, trying to get to the 30-yard line and brought down right about there by a host of Wildcats. Wapato Wolves last time going 3 and out. Having trouble passing and having trouble running as well. One completed pass on that last series for the Wolves. And you bet that Thompson Parrish is going to do everything he can to get his team into a great position. Parrish with 2 running backs to either side of him. Parrish going over to his right, throws one, and Grant intercepts that, and is he going to go to the house? Indeed it is. Jason Grant, his 4th defensive touchdown of the year. Not only can he score on offense, folks, he can also read that ball. If you just took a look at that, Jason Grant taking a look, reading the quarterback, making sure that he did not miss his assignment. And boom, what do you know? Jason Grant just able to make a play any way he can, taking that one to the house. So extra point coming. Whereas trying to get the equipment manager, make sure you want to get your kicker nice and comfortable out there as once again, Brandon Flores, the young freshman, kicking that one in good. 14-0, Wildcats ahead in this Highway 97 rivalry. We'll be back here on the THS Digital Media Network. And welcome back here on the THS Digital Media Network. And just like that, Wildcats 2 touchdowns on the board. Last one, pick 6 there by Jason Grant. Oh, what a game here. And the Wildcats showing their dominance early on here on this Saturday afternoon. No Friday Night Lights this week for the Wildcats, but we got to you some high school football. And it's underway back again. Parrish lets it slip. Able to pick it up and trying to get stuck at the 20-yard line, finding a lane. Oh, no, and then finally brought down at the 26-yard line. And again, out comes back the Wapato Wolves offense.
Tackle on the play by the Wildcats, number 61, Josiah Maldonado.
So you got to believe that the Wolves are going to want to run it, give some establishment for the quarterback, get that offense into a rhythm. 3 and outs, and on the first play last series for the Wolves, not being able to move it, and on the first pass attempt of that series, well, what do you know? Jason Grant right there making a great read, getting a pick 6 and to the house. Parrish dropping back, Rolling out to his left side, going to the sidelines and find his tight end over there, and Jason Grant meeting it with force.
Pass is complete.
Joseph Larez.
That is Wapato's first down at the 39-yard line.
For a 12
Tackle on the play, number 10, Jason Grant.
yard reception. So the Wolves finding some success here on this series. Parrish, 2 running backs. Getting at Parrish, able to hand it off. And the Wildcats sniffing that one out to the line. If that.
Garcia, ball carrier. Stop.
Tyrone Garcia being met by the Wildcat offense, or excuse me, Wildcat defense. Everything gets thrown out of balance. Normally, these games played under the lights on Friday night. Of course, as mentioned earlier, due to the shortage of officials, and this is across America, folks, not just in this state, just the shortage of officials, and maybe we'll go into the reasons why that might be a little later on here on this broadcast. Parrish heads it up, and the Wildcats meeting there, and oh no, Tyrone Garcia with nowhere to go and loses
Tyrone Garcia again.
a couple of yards on that one.
Caught behind the line of scrimmage.
And that's what you want to see from the Wildcat defense, getting onto the ball. On that one, Tyrone Garcia trying to cut it up on the right side of the field, but the Wildcats right there, meeting the point of attack and letting that one go, and a loss of 2 yards. What do you know?
Third down, and we'll call it 13 yards.
So 3rd down and about 13 yards to go for the Wapato Wolves. Parrish, quarterback here for the Wolves, looking to get something done here on this 3rd down. Parrish, and that one trying to find his receiver, Enrique Espinoza.
Enrique Espinoza.
Incomplete, and that's going to bring 4th down here as the Wolves can bring out the punting unit.
In punt formation, number 46, Valentin Rojas. Ready to punt.
So Rojas
Back deep.
will be
For the
the
Wildcats,
punter for this
Jason
one, and then, of course,
Grant.
to return it. Got a different player back there, with different return man, Nick Cortez. And then Jason Grant. And Grant picks it up. Getting to the 50, trying to cut it up. Has a blocker in front of him, and what do you know? Jason Grant, his 2nd touchdown of the day.
Jason Grant.
Oh, my.
Return all the way into the end zone for a touchdown.
Smart play there by Jason Grant. Saw that he had an opportunity to pick that ball up. He saw it, picked it up, and then he had blockers right in front of him. And, of course, you cannot beat Jason Grant's athleticism and speed out there on the field. And when he saw green grass and when he saw he only had one man to beat, what do you know? He takes it to the house. His 2nd touchdown on, well, 2nd touchdown, first one. Pick 6. And now a special teams touchdown. Can Jason Grant score them all? We're about to find out here in this game. And there goes the kick. Good by Brandon Flores, the young freshman. 5:37 remaining here in this contest. And like that, Jason Grant with 2 touchdowns in this game already, and it's not even on offense yet. We'll be back here on the THS Digital Media Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have been asked to let everyone know that the hamburgers and hot dogs, they are cooked, they are ready to go. they are for sale. Hot dogs for $3, hamburgers $5, cup of noodles $3, hot chocolate, coffee $2, and a can of Red Bull is $5. And they are just itching to sell. Take your money. And I know that the hot dogs and the hamburgers, they are
Welcome back here on the THS Digital Media Network. 5:37 remaining in the first quarter, and already 3 touchdowns for the Wildcats. And believe it or not, only one of them on offense. The other 2, one of them on special teams by Jason Grant, and a pick 6 on defense by none other than Jason Grant.
Enrique Espinoza and Thompson Parrish back deep.
So Espinoza and Parrish back to receive this kick. Here as Flores will get things going again. Brandon Flores, the freshman, and boots that one away. And running it all the way out to the 26-yard line. Enrique Espinoza being met by the Wildcat tackling force. Wapato Wolves trying to find something to do.
28-yard line.
They want to get that ball running, and I believe, and I think many people will believe, you want to get your ground attack going. You want to be able to run the ball. Show that this top team in the state that you can put up with whatever is thrown at them. But yet to find any success here for the Wapato Wolves. Hand off. And trying to get all the way to the outside, gain of about 6 yards. Tyrone Garcia.
About a 3-yard gain. Tackled on the play for the Wildcats, number 4, Adrian Villanueva.
Tyrone Garcia. 6 yards on that one. It's going to bring up second down and about 7 to go. Parrish hands it off, but the Wildcats right there to sniff it out.
Fumble on the play, and the Wildcats have recovered.
So just like that, I didn't even catch that one. The Wolves couldn't hang on to the ball. Tyrone Garcia being met by a host of Wildcats, and in that frenzy, Wildcats being able to punch that ball out, and now they have another offensive opportunity. 21-0, 4:40 in the first quarter. So the Wildcat offense hasn't had to be on the field too many times. Only their second possession here, second series. Here in the full house look. Perez finding Nick Cortez, and that is to the house. 31 yards, and there he goes.
31-yard touchdown to number 23,
Nick Cortez
Cortez Jr.
with his 4th receiving touchdown of the season. And that's what the offense wants to see. All it took was one play, and the Wildcats able to design the play that they wanted. They drew it up, called it, and executed it to the best that they could. And obviously a touchdown and kick is good. Brandon Flores. 28-0, 4 touchdowns. Finally second one on offense, 2 other special teams and defense have touchdowns. 28-0 here on the THS Digital Media Network. And welcome back here on the THS Digital Media Network. On the first play on offense for the Wildcats, Nick Cortez being able to find a spot on the field and nothing but green in front of him. And what do you know? 28-0 here in the first quarter for the Toppenish Wildcats. Flores, of course, going to get ready to kick this one off. I'd like to thank all of you joining us live from wherever you may be at, or if you're watching this, I don't know, maybe at 2 in the morning, maybe in the late afternoon, or who knows, maybe even a year, 2 years from now. If you want to watch this contest again, thank you for joining us here on the THS Digital Media Network, on demand and live here on YouTube. And here we go. Almost mishandled there as Enrique Espinoza trying to find a lane, and kick returned all the way out to the 28-yard line.
Enrique Espinoza, he's out to the 29-yard line. He was pushed out of bounds by Cayano Zuniga, 28-yard line. Well, the Wolfpack has 1st and 10.
So the Wapato Wolves struggling here in the first quarter. 4:27 remaining. Wildcats playing a 3-man defensive up front. Linebacker coming in, and he finds it right there. Oh, what a maneuver there. Rocco Clark getting into the backfield.
Elon Cripps with the tackle.
Elon Cripps right there as well.
2nd down and 12.
And the defense for the Wildcats definitely on a roll, sniffing everything out so far here in this contest. It's going to bring down 2nd down and about 12 to go. Parrish. He's going to see everything. He's trying to make the right read here. Snap. Hands it off. And Garcia able to maybe get a couple of yards on that one, and he does.
Short of the 30. At the 29. 3rd down and call it 9 yards to go.
2 yards gain on that one. It's the Wildcats just showing what their defensive prowess can do. Keeping this Wapato Wolves offense shut down. 3rd down and long. Snap. Parrish keeps it himself, pitches it out, no ball on the ground, and has the ball on it, and the ball is still there. And called down there, unfortunately. Aiden Bedoni unable to secure that pitch. An option, pitch option over to the left side. Parrish keeping it. And then the last minute gives it off
The loss of
to Aiden Bedoni, and unable to secure that one. Ball on the ground. Fortunately, able to get back on top of it. Nonetheless, brings down 4th down, and the punting unit out there for the Wolves.
Valentin Rojas punting.
Rojas, the punter. Oh, and he got that one just off. Grant gets his hands on it. Runs over to the sideline, trying to find a lane, and looks like he will be brought out of bounds at about the 24-yard line.
Territory, about the 25-yard line. Wildcats 1st and 10.
And out comes the Wildcat offense. Really, they've only run like 4 plays on offense and gotten 2 touchdowns out of it. You bet that this Toppenish offense trying to operate the way it wants to, and perhaps making sure that they get everything rolled up, considering the tough time they had over at Quincy last week. And timeout called out on the field. 2:11 remaining here. Live from Bob Winters Field, Wildcat Stadium in Toppenish, Washington. 28-0, Wildcats leading in this one. We'll be back here on the THS Digital Media Network. And welcome back here on the THS Digital Media Network. The timeout called over there on the field. And Wildcats getting ready to roll. And from the pistol, Perez pitches it. Torres cutting it up to the right side, having a huge lane. Couple of blockers in front of him, and what do you know? Torres! A 29-yard rushing touchdown again.
28, Timmy Torres.
Timmy Torres, 2 rushing touchdowns on the day, and the offense for the Wildcats continues to roll. Literally 5 plays ran, and already 3 touchdowns on offense. You can tell up front, the Wildcat offensive line battling it out in the trenches, as the coaches like to say. You got to win up front. And the offensive line putting up their dominance, showing it right there, and able to find a lane. And Timmy Torres, all he had to do was find that lane. He saw it, and away he went. Kick by Flores is good. 35-0, 2 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Wildcats up! We'll be back here on the THS Digital Media Network. Welcome back here on the THS Digital Media Network. Off of another Timmy Torres, his 2nd rushing touchdown of the day. Here as we have some high school football action for you on a Saturday afternoon. Thank you for joining us from wherever you may be at. This is the THS Digital Media Network. Here as Brandon Flores, the young freshman, looking to get things started again, and the Wapato Wolves just unable to move that ball. Flores gets the kick underway. Parrish takes it and brought down at about the 30-yard line.
Ball return number 11 by number 11, Thompson Parrish.
The Wapato Wolves
Tackled on the play.
trying everything that they have so far. You got to believe, especially after three and outs essentially.
Wapato with the first down.
Struggling to find an identity on offense right now. One pass and a couple of rushing touchdowns. Parrish hands it off to Aiden Bedoni. Gets about 4 yards on that carry.
Aiden Bodine. Sorry about that, Aiden Bodeni.
So Bodeni. Last minute pronunciations. So we got about a 5-yard gain on that last rush attempt. Here as the Wolves just not finding anything here in this opening quarter, minute 20 remaining. Parrish hands it off, and Aiden Bedoni or Tyrone Garcia loses that ball on the ground. What's going to happen? And it's going to be 3rd down. Referee's going to rule he was down. And that defensive pressure up front for the Wildcats not failing them today. Wildcats played as stingy as they could last week over at Quincy. Of course, it came down to the defensive toughness of the Wildcats as their offense was struggling all night.
Third down and 8.
And here in this contest, in this Highway 97 rivalry, and a sack right there! Wow! What a great maneuver there
44.
by Seth Ordaz, the linebacker. Take a look at that. What a maneuver. He finds a lane, able to get his rush and power straight through, finds Parrish in the backfield, wraps him up, and brings him down for a 6-yard sack. And that's going to be the end of this first quarter, 35-0 in this contest. Touchdowns all around, special teams, defense, and, of course, on offense. We'll be back here on the THS Digital Media Network. Welcome back here on the THS Digital Media Network. 4th down. Here was the Wolves getting ready to punt it away. Wolves trying to get the correct personnel onto the field.
4th down, about 19 yards to go.
Valentin Rojas, the kicker, punter for the Wolves, and back deep to receive, Jason Grant. Punted right into the hands of Cortez. Nick Cortez cutting it up. Right side, finding the sideline. Can he go? He goes all. Or should I say, it looks like the referee, the official, marked them.
Wildcats. Nick Cortez Jr. with his.
Looks like the referee is looking over at the sidelines, and what's it going to be called? Looks like he stepped out of bounds. And they're going to claim he stepped out of bounds over at about the 30-yard line. Nick Cortez, what a great return by him. And had it counted, he would have had another one to his name on the house. So 1st down and 10 for the Wildcats. So here we go as the Wildcat offense back on the field with the 41, should I say 35-0 still. Should be the score. And it is. Oh, and here we go. Perez dropping back. Going way back deep, trying to avoid the rush. Finds it, decides to keep it himself. Runs over to the right side and finally brought down after a 5-yard gain on the quarterback keeper.
To the 30-yard line, 5-yard gain.
Joshua Perez showing his talents.
Tyrin Garcia.
2nd down and about 6 yards to go. Here as Josh Perez going to lead this offense. From the pistol look. Gets the snap off. And to the house. To Grant. And what do you know? He has completed the trifecta. 1 pick six. 1 special teams return. And right there, his first receiving touchdown of the day. 35 yards into the house. One reception on offense for Grant. And all he has to do is get the ball into his hands, and he's going to find a way to score. There is the kick is good by Brandon Flores. 42-0 now. The score. 10:48 remaining here in the second quarter. We'll be back here on the THS Digital Media Network. And welcome back here on the THS Digital Media Network. Off a Jason Grant touchdown, and believe it or not, his first touchdown on offense. 35-yard reception from Perez to Jason Grant. Jason Grant, of course, still looking to find a collegiate home somewhere. And you bet his numbers, his production is getting the eyes of a lot of people and a lot of football programs. See what this young man is able to get at the end of the day. So here we go. Kicked by Flores. Bit of an awkward one, but able to get on it and caught there by Titus Begay. Downs it in. Here come the Wapato Wolves on offense.
The ball at the 31-yard line. Wolfpack, 1st and 10.
And running clock. Fortunately, running clock does not happen until the second half. One of the interesting notes, even though there is a mercy rule here in the state of Washington, of course, that rule has been in effect for about a little over 12 years or so. Back in my playing days, as they would say, no rule such existed. Parrish hands it off, finds Tyrone Garcia. Cutting it up, finding a lane, and brought and knocked out of bounds.
Tyrone Garcia
after what's going to look like a 7-yard rushing gain. It's going to bring down second and about 3 yards to go. Here in this wonderful new facility here, remodeled, upgraded. Of course, you see the field down there, some nice artificial turf. Of course, over the years, Wildcats, natural grass. Garcia, Parrish trying to find a place to throw it to, and it's going to fall incomplete there. Intended receiver, Aiden Bodoni. Thompson Parrish just having a tough time with that Wildcat defense bearing down on him each and every play. Third down and about 3 to go. Wildcats playing with 3 defensive linemen up front. Obviously, one linebacker. Rush. Parrish gets it out to Garcia. Garcia slips through a tackle and finally brought down after about a 5-yard gain.
Tyrone Garcia.
Brought down there by Adrian Villanueva. the young sophomore.
Tackle on the play, number 4.
That's some of the success so far that the Wapato Wolves have been able to do offensively. Haven't been able to move the chains on their last possession, but finding their way to some new downs on that last play. Parrish hands it off. Tyrone Garcia trying to cut it upfield and gets stuffed over at the 49-yard line. A 4-yard gain on that one.
Tyrone Garcia, ball carrier, out to the 49-yard line.
First down and about 6 to go. Wildcats. You bet that in the second half, more than likely they're going to put in some of these younger players, get them some experience out there. Here is the Wildcats showing early on that they have everything it takes to be a good football team. Bedoni cuts it up and finds another lane, and what do you know, after a gain of about, let's put it 9 yards.
Number 30, Aiden Bedoni, the ball carrier,
gets another first down, and the
the
Wolves
Wildcat
getting on a roll.
42-yard line.
Wapato Wolves finding some offensive success here in the middle of this second quarter. In the package, 2 running backs for Parrish. Hands it off. Miscommunication there. Has to take it, makes something of it, runs it, takes a lap, and finally brought down there. There as Parrish looking like he wanted to make a play. Boy, and that was a hard-earned 6 yards.
Seth Ordaz with the tackle on the play.
All of that work. And Wolves finally finding some offensive success on this series.
Gain of about 5. Second down. 5.
And looking to add a response. Down big in this game. Tyrone Garcia just men in the backfield. What a great play there made by Elon Cripps.
Tyrone Garcia, no gain on the play.
That's what you got to like about this team. When you have a player like Elon Cripps right there, made the full effort, broke through the line, saw where the runner was going, made the play, and brought him down. That's what you want to see from a player like that.
Third down and 5.
So third down, and the Wolves looking to convert on this one. They've been successful here in this series. Can they do it again? Parrish running out to his right. Trying to find a pass, and what do you know? It is cut. First completion there.
Completion to number 6.
It's going to be a 7-yard reception.
Right at the 30-yard line. That's a first down for Wapato.
It's going to be good. And caught by Enrique Espinoza. You can tell that this Wapato offense is finding its identity right now and obviously gaining some momentum with these last conversions. On third down, Tyrone Garcia gets the handoff, cutting it up to his left side. And finally brought down behind the line of scrimmage, but a penalty flag thrown out on the field. Let's see what this is, and it is a holding call, so that's going to cost the Wolves 10 yards. That was a great series of plays for the Wolves. Unfortunately, they're on that mistake. Offensive linemen just having to find a way to contain that front line of the Wildcats. Elon Cripps, Rocco Clark. So they are dominating up front, and these linemen for the Wapato Wolves just having a tough time containing them. And in that play, obviously, just throw everything you have at them, make sure they don't ruin the play. Going to bring down first down and about a mile to go Parrish, Thompson, and that is intercepted. Running it back, he has a chance. Keanu Zuniga finding a lane, blockers in front of him, and finally brought down there by Ulises Macias Delgado. What a great read there, and a lot of extracurricular activity here. You bet these rivalry games can get a little frisky sometimes. So the Wildcats going to be charged that penalty on that pick return. But notice the pressure that Parrish was under. Thompson Parrish just not feeling secure at all in that pocket all day today. And right there showed you exactly what can happen when you're put under pressure. And with this Wildcat defense, it's just clawing at you up front.
First and 10 Wildcats at the Wapato 38-yard line. First and 10.
Keanu Zuniga making a great read there on defense. Reading the quarterback's eyes and, of course, ran the route sort of for the receiver right there and met that ball in the air, picks it off. What a great play maneuver by Zuniga. Perez hands it off. Timmy Torres over to the left side. Running it over to the sideline, trying to find a lane. And finally,
number 28,
knocked
Timmy
out
Torres.
out of bounds there as Thompson Parrish. Last man to beat and able to make sure he does not get to the end zone.
Thompson Parrish down to the 20-yard line.
Wildcats
touchdown.
just doing everything they want to do here today. Scoring in all facets of the game. And not to mention the trifecta, the hat trick by Jason Grant. 1 special teams touchdown, 1 defensive touchdown, and 1 receiving touchdown. My, oh my, is that young man going to go places. Perez rolling over to his right side, finally finding and through the hands of Shane Rivera.
Perez's pass incomplete.
Found an open receiver, and Perez perhaps a little bit upset with himself, not able to get that one to the wide open Shane Rivera. Just a little high and out of the reach. Bring down 2nd down and 10. Inside or in the red zone at the 20-yard line. 4:56 remaining here in the first half, second quarter. Doubles left. Nick Cortez running on the other side, running a Y. Gets a motion there by Maldonado. Perez keeps it. Rolling it over his left side, finding Rivera, and whoa, my, did he make it? Oh, he made it. What a maneuver there from Shane Rivera.
Number 11, Shane Rivera.
For a moment there, it didn't look like it was going to go, but it did. And Rivera showing his size and his strength and the ability to make a play there, and oh my. 1 receiving touchdown here for him today. And he made it look like, well, like it should. Making a spectacular play on that catch. Flores, freshman kicker, kicked that one away, and it is good. 48-0 here, first half. Wildcats in the battle of the Highway 97. 2 rivalries, 2 schools going at it here on the THS Digital Media Network. Welcome back here on the THS Digital Media Network. 49-0 in this contest. Shane Rivera making an incredible catch on that last possession for the Wildcats. Of course, Toppenish Wildcats showing each and every bit of why they are ranked number 3 in the state of Washington at the 1A level. Wildcats' dedication to the community, to the kids, and to make lives better. That's one thing that this program does, and believe me, doing a very, very good job at it. I'm going to continue that success for years to come. Here is Brandon Flores. Can kick this one away, and there it goes. Well, oh, they touched it, trying to get on it, still on the ground, and finally, what do you know? Another special teams play made by the Wildcats. Recovered there by Kane Morphine. The junior making a play there when it needed to be made. And there's a Wildcat player on the ground.
Fumble recovered by number 81 of the Wildcats, Rudy Sandoval.
There as Kane Morphine still hasn't made it up to his feet, and looks like athletic trainer Garrett Simpson out there, athletic trainer of the year. Making sure he taking care of these players down there, and back in offense we go here for the Wildcats, starting off at the 39. Grant with the motion. Hands it off. Torres finding a lane, using his lineman, cuts it up and almost able to find the clear green lane, but brought down after a gain of 11 yards.
That's a first down.
So here we go. In the shotgun with 2 running backs at his side. Josh Perez, first down and 10 at the 29-yard line. Hands it off. Torres again. Got a block there from them, and he gets out, and what do you know? Torres, his third touchdown of the day. 28 yards into the house, he took it. 3 rushing touchdowns for him here tonight, and he doesn't even have 100 yards yet. But what a block, and then not to mention the maneuver he made at the end to get it to the touchdown, to the end zone. But what great work his lineman did on there, as you can see, if you look back at it, up front, those linemen for the Wildcats just nasty, battling, and then got the edge and able to just put him on his flat back. There as the kick is good by Flores. But that is the Wildcat offensive attack. 4-5 remaining, 56-0 here in the second quarter. Be back here on the THS Digital Media Network. Welcome back here on the THS Digital Media Network. After that, rushing touchdown from Torres, his third of the day. here on this Saturday afternoon. Thank you for joining us here only on the THS Digital Media Network. Florida's been a busy man here in the first half. All the kicking duties. Wildcats yet to punt, too. Ball is going to go out of bounds. 21-yard line. Penalty is going to be added on to that. 4 minutes remaining here in this first half. Well, Jason Grant, maybe you haven't seen too much of him. Well, that's because he did all the work he needed in the first quarter. The trifecta, the hat trick. Able to score on special teams, on defense with the pick 6, and of course, a receiving touchdown.
Wapato, 35-yard line.
Maybe he can go for the 4. Give him a rushing opportunity. 3 touchdowns for Jason Grant. Only one of them on offense. Pass dumped off over to Tyrone Garcia. Parrish. It's going to be a 5-yard gain on that one.
Gain of 5. Second down and 5.
It's going to bring up second down and about 6 to go. Parrish. Snap ball on the ground. Wildcats getting on top of it, and they have recovered. And the offensive woes for the Wolves continue. Not able to find the end zone in this half.
Joshua Luna recovered the
You can
fumble.
see what the exchange happened there. Parrish trying to hand it off but to Aiden Bodoni, and then Bodoni just not realizing that the ball was going to be in his hands, mishandled it, and on the ground it went, and the Wildcats right there to pounce on it. Buy themselves another offensive possession. First down and 10 to go from the 37-yard line. Perez, plenty of room to work with, launches one, and a little out of bounds, just out of the reach
Incomplete.
of Isaiah Maldonado.
Intended for number 3, Isaiah Maldonado. Second down and 10.
One of the very few miscues for the Wildcats so far in this first half. Trying to find Maldonado. He was open for a quick second, and Perez had all the time in the world, but just couldn't find the right touch to get that one into the hands of Maldonado. Doubles both ways. 2 receivers on either side. Nick Cortez and Grant on the right. Rivera and Maldonado on the left. And the running back, Timmy Torres, with Josh Perez there in the quarterback position. Perez with the quick slant. Finds Cortez. Keeps breaking it. Keeps breaking another one. Oh, my. What a maneuver there. A 16. Count it. 16-yard gain.
17-yard line.
Nick Cortez.
Finally tackled on the play, number 74, Ulysses Delgado.
16-yard reception on that one, and he was just breaking tackles. Very hard man to bring down. Very tough player to bring down. He's not giving up after he gets out of the first tackle. He's going to keep going and going. Perez, and another miscue there by
Incomplete.
Perez, trying to find Cortez out in the flats. Going to bring down second down and 10. A couple of weeks ago, Nick Cortez, 3 touchdowns already, 6 touchdowns to himself this season. in this high-octane offense for the Wildcats here this season. Perez. Receivers to both sides. Hands it off. Torres finding a lane, sneaking through, and brought down after a gain of about 10-yard line. So 10-yard gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a new set of downs. Timmy Torres nearing the 100-yard mark. Another carry. He's going to have his 100 plus 3 rushing touchdowns on the day. Perez finds it, and another touchdown. There, Perez to Isaiah Maldonado. 10-yard reception. Touchdowns, touchdowns, touchdowns all around here for the Wildcat. Josh Perez finding his 4th different player on offense to score a touchdown. Nick Cortez with 1 touchdown. Jason Grant with 1 touchdown. Shane Rivera with 1 touchdown. And the kick is up and good.
And that kick is good.
And, of course, Isaiah Maldonado on that last possession, taking it to the house. 2:04 remaining here. Second quarter, first half. Wildcats leading in this battle of Highway 97. Be back here on the THS Digital Media Network. Well, cheerleaders out there doing some push-ups, probably a lot more than expected in this contest early in this first half. 2 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. 63-0 here in the battle of Highway 97. 2 schools here in the middle of Washington State battling it out, the rivalry, although the rivalry's been pretty lopsided for well over a decade now. Wolves just looking to find an identity and still have yet to find their first win, first victory of this season. Flores kicks it. Parrish going to recover it. And only able to take it up to about the 18-yard line, and a flag is thrown.
With the recovery, return to the 17-yard line. First and 10.
See what the flag will be about.
Penalty flag on the plate.
So extracurricular activity, unsportsmanlike conduct. It's going to give them an extra 15 yards for the Wolves. Brings that ball all the way out to the 33-yard line.
Penalty against the Wildcats.
Parrish hands it off to Tyrone Garcia, finding a lane, and after a gain of about 2 yards, able to get that one. Running the 2-minute offense essentially here. Parrish finds it in lane. Gets it over to Enrique. Espinoza finding a lane, has it up and goes out of bounds at around the 21-yard line. 22 looks like that's where the official is going to be.
So number 6, Enrique Espinoza, down to the 22-yard line.
That was a 45-yard pass, one of their longest play of this game so far. Wolves get it into the hands of Garcia again and brought down after a gain of 2.
Tyren Garcia.
Looks like maybe a 1-yard line. 1-yard gain on that one.
Joshua Luna. 2nd down and 9.
Parrish hands it out to Garcia again, but being met by a host of more Wildcats.
Tackled by the Wildcats.
2-yard gain.
Seth Ordaz. Timeout Wolfpack.
Timeout called out on the field. We'll take a break here. 63-0, Wildcats leading in this rivalry game. Be back here on the THS Digital Media Network. Welcome back here on the THS Digital Media Network. Third down and about 7 yards to go into the red zone for the first time tonight for Wapato Wolves. It's going to be a penalty on the play, and Wildcats with the rare defensive penalty on that one. The Wolves will gain 5 yards, make it a 3rd and short.
3rd down and 1.
So here we go. Parrish receives the snap. Being met by a host of players and sacked, and that's going to be the end of that series. Seth Ordaz coming with all the rush and all the bad intentions that you want to avoid. Parrish didn't even see him. Just like lightning speed, right there, meets the quarterback, brings him down to the ground, and what a great play there. 4th down. Going for it here. Parrish puts one up, and ball will fall incomplete. Whereas Enrique Espinoza having to play a little bit more of a DB coverage.
Down by the goal line by number 31, Alex Zapian.
And that's going to be turnover on downs. Wolves just taking a shot, especially when you're down this big. Here in the first half, 2nd quarter. 20 seconds remaining. And you bet that the Wildcats are going to have a couple of conversations, maybe on a couple of plays that did not go the way they wanted. But overall, a very good-looking team, especially when they're ranked at number 3 in the state at the 1A level. Perez. It's the snap. Torres right up the gut. And gains about 2 yards, 3 yards. Give him on that one.
Tackled by Brian Strong of Wapato.
So with that one, giving Torres 100 yards, 100 plus, we'll count him up. That's halftime, folks. 63-0. Touchdowns all around on defense, on special teams, and of course on offense, both over the air and on the ground. We're going to take a break. Halftime here on the THS Digital Media Network. And when we come back, 2nd half running clock. And we hope that you stick with us hey, remember, this game can be streamed. You can come back whenever you want. We know a lot of people didn't make it out today, but if you want to rewatch all of this action, tune in to the THS Digital Media Network. And remember to like, subscribe, and follow all the action and never miss out on another THS event. We'll be back here on the THS Digital Media Network. 63-0, Wildcats showing all that they are here on Bob Winters Field in Wildcat Stadium. Be back. Welcome back here on the THS Digital Media Network. Looking to get this second half rolling. Here as Wolves kicking off. Picking it up, Isaiah Maldonado. Finding a lane. Sees some green in front of him, and he's going to go it. Can he get the angle? And he's going to be brought down there by the kicker.
Isaiah Maldonado.
Valentin Rojas, last man to chase Isaiah Maldonado down. You bet. A 67-yard return. Almost had it to the house. So, in case you're new to high school football here in the state of Washington, there is a mercy rule. Unfortunately or unfortunately, whichever way you want to think about it, running clock does not start until the second half, and that's the way we're going to be rolling. So it's going to be a rather quick 30 minutes out on the field. Clock will only stop for timeouts. Other than that, the clock will be rolling, and the Wildcats are going to take a timeout. Get things going. And we'll take a break as well. Be back here on the THS Digital Media Network. Still yet to start the first play of the second half. Welcome back here on the THS Digital Media Network. First play of this series. Wildcats and penalty
That's a procedure call
against the Wildcats.
against the Wildcats.
CJ Torres, the new signal caller out there. As Joshua Perez has done his work here tonight. Throwing for 4 touchdown passes in this one. Brings up his total to 21 touchdowns, folks. And there he goes! Finds a lane! Cutting it upfield! Finds the end zone, can he? And he
That
does!
is number 44.
A 24-yard rushing touchdown.
He got pushed out of bounds at the 7.
So 7-yard, looks like he did go out of bounds.
Goal to go.
25-yard rush on that one. There by Sep Ordaz. And the new signal caller out there at quarterback, CJ Torres.
Quarterback is now CJ Torres.
10 minutes. And a penalty there again against the Wildcats. False start. Bit of a slow start here in this second half. Getting some of the younger players some reps out there in this half. Of course, the growing and the learning pains of that one has to get through when you're dealing with your younger players. Of course, no reason to put Jason Grant and Josh Perez in danger when this game is pretty much sealed up. Of course, crazier things have happened in life. But we'll see how this pans out. CJ Torres, the new signal caller, gets a motion there. Adrian Villanueva hands it off. And finally, and he keeps going, and Adrian Villanueva Gains about 7 yards on that carry.
I believe he's down to the 3-yard line. Second down and goal to go. From the
So
3.
second down inside the red zone, Wildcats. So they have their young players out there, starters. We're going to see very few of them here in this half. Torres. And false start, third penalty of this half.
Legal procedure call again against.
You bet this is helping the Wildcats in the long run. The players getting some valuable experience out on the field, and you never know, especially if you want to make a deep playoff run. You want to make it to state, get as far as you can. You got to get some of those players some reps. See what all that live action's about. Torres hands it off. Settled cutting it up. Can he get to the end zone and stop shy of the goal line?
Down at the 1-yard
And it's going to be another penalty for the Wildcats. Fourth coming out of the gate. So Wildcats some miscues here in the second half. The younger players out on the field. Of course, your new signal caller, number 18, CJ Torres, just a young freshman. It's opportunities like this where you get to run, a game, and you never know when your number might be called up. CJ Torres getting some valuable minutes. I mean, you don't want anything bad or any injuries going to your players, but if they do, very good thing to have some playing time in there. And hand it off. Ordez cuts it up, and there he goes. Touchdown, 21 yards.
From the 16-yard line, this time the touchdown is good.
Seth Ordaz, 21 yards into the house. Is there a potential here to hit the 100 mark, perhaps? 70 points coming up. PAT, and it is good. 72-0 here in this rivalry. Battle of Highway 97. We'll take a break. Be back here on the THS Digital Media Network. Make sure to like, follow, subscribe, and never miss out on another THS event. Welcome back here on the THS Digital Media Network. After that last touchdown by Seth Ordaz, 21-yard touchdown run into the end zone. Here as pretty much the reserves are out there on the field for the Wildcats here in this lopsided game. Of course, over the years, Wildcats battles with the Wapato Wolves. All of them over this last decade or so just going to the Wildcats. Enrique Espinoza can it upfield and finally dropped down there at the 35-yard line.
With the
14 in a row.
at the Wapato 37-yard line. First and 10.
See what we got here as the Wapato offense is back out for the first time this half. Being led over there by Thompson Parrish. So Parrish from the pistol full house look. Tyrone Garcia receives the handoff and stopped and stuffed there by none other than the man flying all around the field, Jason Grant. A loss of about 5 yards, 3 yards or so on that one. Of course, Wildcats playing in this spiffy new stadium. Obviously, you see the field out there. The Big T Toppenish Wildcats. Oh, this community knows how to do it, and they put it together perfectly. Parrish. This time hands it off and met at the line of scrimmage. Aiden Bedoni.
Aiden Badoni, the ball carrier for Wapato. Tackled by Isaiah Maldonado. No gain on the
So
play.
back
Third
out.
down and 13.
Parrish finds a receiver in the middle of the field. Enrique Espinoza. It's going to be a gain of about 6 yards.
Enrique Espinoza with the reception. Freddie Robledo with the tackle. Fourth down. 4th and 4.
Again, Tyrone Garcia receiving it, and Shane Rivera reaching around and able to bring him down
Tyrone Garcia.
after a gain of about 1.
Stop for little or no gain.
And that's going to be turned over on downs on that 4th down play.
On downs.
Couldn't find anything trying to cut it upfield, but Rivera with the speed and his athleticism able to catch up to Garcia, bring him down and end that possession. Here as the Wildcat offense, the reserves on point, and timeout called down on the field by the Wolves.
Timeout.
3:40 or so remaining here in this rivalry game, Battle of the Highway 97. Toppenish Wildcats over the Wapato Wolves, 70-0. Be back, THS Digital Media Network. And welcome back here, THS Digital Media Network. CJ Torres, the new signal caller, quarterback out there for the Wildcats. Pitch out to the left. Running back and finally brought down after a gain of about 1.
Keanu Zuniga.
Keanu Zuniga, the young
Gain of
freshman,
about a yard. Second down and 9.
getting a rush in on there. Gain of about 1. Second down and about 9 to go. In the pistol look. But Zuniga right behind as the tailback. Hand it off. Back to him. It goes. Gets to the sideline. Keeps going. Lunges forward.
Keanu Zuniga.
Gain of about
Down inside the 35.
7 yards on that one.
at the 33-yard line.
It's going to bring down a
Third down
rare
and 3.
thing for the Wildcats in this game. A third down and about 4 yards to go. C.J. Torres, the motion there. Sends it and stuck. Oh, able to run out of that one. Trying to find some green grass and keeps running through, and there he goes. Oh, what a maneuver there by Zuniga. Look at the toughness that Keanu Zuniga just ran with. Thought he was going to be brought down in the backfield. Able to slip through, grabbing onto his jersey, still couldn't bring him down, and look at how hard he just ran. And got about 7 yards on that one again. So, new set of downs, first down. Torres hands it off. New ball carry in the game, and there he goes, slips out of it, keeps going. Trying to get a block, and there he goes.
Inside the 10 for another
Santana Luna on that carry.
Line. Wildcats will have it, first and goal to go from the 9-yard line of Wapato.
That was a gain of about 9 yards. And there was a penalty on the play, so it's going to set the Wildcats back. Well, after run was over, so first down. Here as the quarter coming to come to a close, and so trying to get the correct play. Third down, definitely. Play negated by a penalty. Torres finding his open man out in the flats. Running with it. Keeps going. Trying to find the end zone. Oh, and brought down at around the 3-yard line. Alec Zapian rushing on that one. That's going to be the end of the quarter. $70-0 in this battle of the Highway 97. Wapato Wolves versus the Toppenish Wildcats. Live here from Toppenish, Washington, inside Wildcat Stadium at Bob Winters Field. Be back here on the THS Digital Media Network. Remember, like, subscribe, and follow, and never miss out on another THS event. Welcome back here on the THS Digital Media Network. Back to action. Of course, the backup quarterback now in. C.J. Torres, the young freshman, getting some snaps in. Hands it off and up the middle, and good for another 6. Keanu Zuniga. 3-yard rushing touchdown. It's going to increase the lead to 76, and let's see what the point after has for us. Kicker out there, Brandon Flores. Kicks up, and it is good. Isaiah Maldonado with a nice hold in place. 11:57 remaining, fourth and final quarter, 77-0 in this battle, the Highway 97. Be back here on the THS Digital Media Network. And welcome back here on the THS Digital Media Network. Wildcats putting up so many points here in this contest. 77-0. The reserves are playing on offense. Most of the starters on defense are still there. As things are getting rolling and going here in this rivalry game. Unfortunately, hasn't been much of a rivalry these last couple of decades. The Wolves struggling to find an identity and get a foundation for their program going, and trying to get things set and right and done and underway. Here as the kick is off. Parrish almost loses it, able to regain possession. Brings it out and brought down at the 26-yard line. So the defense is coming back out for the Wildcats. Hoping to keep this goose egg a goose egg. Zeros, you want to see some donuts, you want to see some bagels. Indeed, that is what's going on here tonight. Or should I say today? Playing football on a Saturday afternoon.
A holding call.
Remember, you can catch this game and all past action here on the THS Digital Media Network. Volleyball, soccer. If you missed out on any of those events, well, you can get right back here on the THS Digital Media Network channel. Remember, like, follow, subscribe, and never miss out on another THS event. First down and 10. Thompson Parrish. Steps back, passes it off, finds Tyrone Garcia out in the flats. Pass is good, but out of bounds and loss of about a yard. After that's all said and done, and injured player down on the field. Looks like it's a cramp. Tyrone Garcia looks like he's the one suffering the cramps. And so hopefully he's going to be all right. The cramps always ruin a player's days. Believe me, I have them, every once in a while, and those cramps do not feel very good. So trying to get the player still down. So still getting stretched out there, and taking his time and still stretching. It's been a few seconds now. Get him. Trying to see if he can make it his way back up and finally get helped out. Closest game the Wapato Wolves have come to this season is a 21-14 loss versus Granger. There was Tyrone Garcia just giving it his all, and sometimes your body just does not respond, and still continuing to deal with those cramps there on the sideline. Thompson Parrish, signal caller for the Wolves, hands it off. Aiden Bodini.
Aiden Bodini.
Gets the carry. 2 yards on that rush attempt. Third down and about 8 to go.
Third down.
Miscommunication there. Thompson Parrish forced to take it himself and can't get anywhere with it. Loses 2 yards. It's going to bring up 4th down. Seth Ordaz, who's been all over the field here tonight on defense, flying to the ball and meeting Thompson Parrish head on. Fourth down. No risk it, no biscuit, as they say. Takes the snap, rolling out to his left, avoids the rush. Checks it down to Aiden Bodini, but pass is incomplete. And turn over on downs. Here are this, as this clock's going to continue to run. Thank you for joining us here on a Saturday afternoon. Normally, high school football played under the lights on a Friday, but due to well, we have a shortage of officials across all sports, and adjustments having to be made to get the proper officials in place and scheduled. Something that this entire state and across the country, mind you, struggling with there as flags come out.
Procedure call against the Wildcats. Backs them up 5.
Illegal motion on that one. It's going to set them back 5 yards, put them at the 48-yard line. Of course, this young squad, the reserves, out there playing, and 5 penalties with that squad out there. But nonetheless, gaining some valuable experience and minutes here in this game that's been decided essentially from the first quarter, and running for a good 12 yards. 12-yard rush on that one.
At the 35-yard line.
Julian Hernandez.
2nd down and 2.
Getting the ball into his hands. 2nd down and about 2 to go. CJ Torres trips to his right. Hands it off again. And Hernandez brought down at the 35-yard line. Men at the line of scrimmage.
By Wapato's number 72, Matthew McConville.
3rd down. Wildcats doing everything they can, and now this young squad, the reserves out there, have a chance to convert a 3rd down here. Wildcats haven't had any problems so far in this game converting. Hand it off. Santana Luna keeps running and is met. And did he lost the ball.
Recovered by the Wolfpack.
And this young squad, unfortunately, still needing some experience. And that ball fumbled away, put it on the ground. Santana Luna with the turnover there of his own. And Wildcats with their defense now out onto the field. First down and 10 from the 34-yard line. Handed off Tyrone Garcia. Trying to move his way through players and does. Finally brought down there by Seth Ordaz. Just been all over the field here tonight.
Tyrone Garcia, the ball carrier, gain of about 6 yards. Second down.
6-yard gain on that one. Thompson Parrish is going to run out of bounds and looks like he should have enough for the first down, and he does. 4-yard on that one.
At the 44-yard line, that's a first down for Wapato.
First down and 10, a new set of downs here for the Wolves. Thompson Parrish and picked off. What a great play, and Santana Luna perhaps making up for that mistake he made on offense on that last series, coming through, reading the quarterback's eyes. Take a look at this, gentlemen. Take a look at this. Reads it, gets the quarterback. He knows he only has one place to go, and if he's going to throw right there. And right there, Luna making the defensive play, gets that interception. 2 interceptions here for Thompson Parrish. And another offensive possession here for the Wildcats. 3 minutes running clock remaining. Mercy rule is in effect. Motion, handed off. Slips through a few tackles. Running, gets into the green room. He's going, makes a cut. And still, and touchdown, but flags on the field. Keanu Zuniga. It's going to be a block in the back, I believe, so that one's going to come back.
There is a penalty flag on the play.
But what a great set of moves Keanu Zuniga just showed everybody. Reserves out there playing for the Wildcats. So first down and about 14. So it is an illegal block in the back. It's going to set them right back there. CJ Torres. Signal caller quarterback. Second in reserve. And another penalty there. It's going to be on the Wildcats. It's going to set them back another 5.
Illegal procedure call against the Wildcats.
Miscommunications here by the reserves. Definitely want to be running and simulating real game action. And those young players getting the experience here tonight. In this, well, we can call it as it is, a blowout win here for the Wildcats. Goose egg still in check. Wildcat defense showing its prowess. No touchdowns, no scores allowed, not even a field goal attempt. That's how good this team is. Ranked number 3 in the state. Oh, slips through a few more tackles. Keeps punching at it, still going. And gets inside the 39-yard line.
Inside the 40 at the 38-yard
15-yard rush on that one. Keanu Zuniga effectively running the ball. So again, CJ Torres hands it off again. Gets through it. Rushes a tap. Trying to break through tackles. Brought down at the 25-yard line. What a maneuver there from Angelo Cimental.
And he does get just enough yardage for another Wildcat first down.
Angelo Cimental getting a touch there. Good 10-yard run. New set of downs. And less than a minute to play here in this running clock game. CJ Torres dropping back, has to roll out. Passes it, player wide open, and touchdown.
Penalty flag on the play.
And there is a penalty, though. Would have been a nice passing touchdown from CJ Torres to Julian Hernandez. But going to be called back. And the final minutes of the game, final seconds of the game now, coming down to a close. And that goose egg is definitely going to be there. When that defense puts up a bagel, that's what it is. No points allowed here in today's contest. And the battle of the Highway 97 comes to a close, and the Wildcats continuing to win, continuing to show their success and their performance out on the field. 4 touchdown passes for Joshua Perez today, and 3 rushing touchdowns and well over 100 yards for Timmy Torres. What a great offensive game this was today for the Wildcats after struggling last week versus the Quincy Jackrabbits. Well, the Wildcats come away with the win, and in big fashion, 77-0. Thank you for joining us, folks, here on the THS Digital Media Network. Remember, like, follow, and subscribe, and never miss out on another THS event. Once again, the battle, the trophy of Highway 97 is going to go over to the Wildcats, as the Wildcats, ranked number 3 in the state, going to continue on their success in another matchup next week, and we'll have it to you here. Thank you for joining us there as Jason Grant holding that trophy nice and high. Wildcats take this one. I am your host and announcer, Antonio Tony D. Dominguez, there as Jason Grant waving that trophy around. Thank you for joining us here. More offensive action from the Wildcats. And be sure to tune in, keep coming on here as the Wildcats watch their success go. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you out there. Have a good night. Have a good day. Good afternoon. And join us here, THS Digital Media Network.